we found blood in your story. A lot of blood.
This is Michael Olson. Just days after Katie Wolfarth disappeared, he sits in this interrogation room, nonchalantly recounting how he had kindly helped his neighbor.
Yeah, I was getting up through shins and stuff out of the basement. And all of a sudden I heard...
He has a shaved head, he smirks, and he believes he's the smartest person in the room. On the 17th of June 2019, Katie, 68, went to the storage facility on East Talmadge Avenue, Akron, Ohio, to sort through her belongings. There, she met Michael Olson, the tenant across the street and the son of a local business owner. Security cameras recorded Katie and Olson talking and entering and leaving each other's warehouses multiple times. After that, Katie was no longer seen, while Olson was seen driving her Kia Sedona away from the warehouse complex. That evening, Katie didn't come home, which was completely out of character for her. On the afternoon of the 18th of June 2019, Katie's close friend, Dave, called 911 to report her missing because Katie hadn't shown up for an appointment and couldn't be reached.
Hi, I reported a friend missing earlier today, and I think you have maybe to go on paperwork or whatever for a missing person.
Okay, and who's missing?
Mary Kay Wolfarth.
How old is the missing person?
She's 68, born in 50.
Okay, when was the last time you saw her?
1 o'clock yesterday.
At her place?
No, I saw her at an auction, and then we were supposed to meet again today at 3 o'clock.
Oh,
and
okay.
She didn't show up, and so I went to her house, and her mail and her newspaper were on the porch. Her neighbor said she hadn't come home last night, which is like totally out of character.
Okay.
And she has 2 cats here that I have to feed. So.
Okay, so she didn't show up for to meet up with you?
No.
Hi, what's going on?
And her sister is missing for just about 21 hours, 48 hours.
Okay.
And there's no sign of her car. She didn't feed her cats. Her cats are everything in the whole wide world.
Yep.
Can't find her. I mean, we've checked the house, we've checked everything.
Yeah, she's not at any local hospitals because we were called out
Yeah, I did
yesterday.
that this morning. We
Okay.
checked the tails.
Yeah.
She's not there. She doesn't.
Katie Wolfarth, 68, was a full-time antiques dealer. Her disappearance stunned everyone who knew her. In everyone's memory, she was a gentle, sweet woman who lived a quiet and very ordinary life. Much of her time was spent between her small house, auctions, and her warehouse where she had built her business and her life from scratch.
She plays Pokemon and meets all kinds of weird people playing Pokemon, and I don't know if that could have anything to do with it either. Either way, she's missing. We can't find her, and we are at a loss. Not getting her.
The family worked closely with the officers, answering all questions and providing any missing information. Although there was no clear clue about her whereabouts, a nagging fear had formed. Something very wrong was happening.
Any idea where she'd go?
Here's the only thing we can piece together. She had called her sister, left a message that she had a handyman that could do work for her, and he could come to Pennsylvania and work for her and stay in her house. And that's the last message anybody heard.
That the worker could come from Pennsylvania?
From here
to Pennsylvania. Stay.
Her house in Pennsylvania.
So you're in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Okay. She called her and told her that she had a worker that could come down to Swissville and to stay at her house, which is something she wanted to allow, and to work on her house, like a handyman thing. And then she was giggling at the end of it, which is not my aunt.
The information provided by Katie's friends was enough for the police to officially open an investigation. They quickly narrowed down the locations familiar to her: the antique shop, her house, and the storage unit. And then, just when the search seemed to be at a dead end, the police received a call. That would be the first real turning point in the entire case.
Akron Police Fire, Stephen R.
Good morning. My name is Craig. I work at Leslie Floor Sandy. We have rental units behind our building, and there is a lady that has been missing. I don't know if a report has been filed.
Okay.
Her name is Katie Wolford. My reason for calling is that her rental unit has been entered by another individual. We have it on surveillance, Katie.
Okay.
And to my knowledge, that individual has no permission, reason, authority to go in there.
Okay. So Katie, how do you know she's missing?
Well, her partner, a man by the name of Dave, they both rent units from us. And he came in Monday evening, asked Richard, the other fellow, if he had seen Katie Wolford. And Richard said no. And Dave came in again this morning. And I started looking for the security tapes that we got. And I found this individual going in there.
The call came from the manager of the storage facility Katie used to use. He said her storage had been broken into by an unauthorized person and the whole thing had been captured on camera. Immediately, police officers headed to the scene to view the evidence firsthand.
Hello. Okay, so that's her van?
Yes, sir.
Can we just start the video and
That's
just...
what we're doing.
just-
Get you this way, then.
The following footage is authentic, accurately documenting what happened to Katie and why she disappeared. The footage begins with Katie repeatedly taking items in and out of her silver Kia Sedona, then carrying them into storage. Just minutes later, the camera captures a man approaching Katie and beginning a conversation with her. The conversation ended. Katie returned to her work, but the man didn't leave. The camera captured the moment he returned to the warehouse, approached Katie's storage unit, then suddenly crouched down, hiding behind the silver truck parked in front as if he didn't want to be seen. Just minutes later, the camera captured the suspect leaving Katie's storage area. Notably, he had a white blanket wrapped around him, as if deliberately trying to conceal himself and avoid identification. Shortly afterward, the suspect left his storage room and proceeded to Katie's area, beginning to gather and move her belongings, as if he knew exactly what he needed to do. The camera captured the moment he rolled a large object from Katie's storage to his own. And as you'll soon see, what he was moving was Katie's lifeless body. After extracting CCTV footage, investigators traced the storage unit in the video to a rental agreement under the name of James Olson. From this, his son Michael J. Olson was quickly identified as the man in the camera footage. With this evidence, police determined the case went far beyond a typical missing person case and immediately proceeded to open the relevant storage units. Upon entering, the investigation took an immediate turn. Officers discovered a body, along with numerous traces of blood, confirming that Katie Wolfarth had been murdered. The killer was now identified. A manhunt for Michael Olson was immediately launched, but before police could reach him, Olson was arrested for a break-in at a nearby, unrelated restaurant. Significantly, at the time of his arrest, Olson was completely unaware that police had discovered his role in Katie's disappearance.
What if I took? What if I took? Well, I got a secret TPO of my ex-girlfriend. What's her name? What's the Hubsy? That was is this an acronym? Well, no,
Olson believed he was only about to be questioned for burglary, unaware that investigators were about to show him evidence that the murder he committed just days earlier had been fully captured on camera.
Okay, you go by Michael? Mike? Okay, I'm Sergeant Tony Stravaggi.
I don't know.
With Actor. You, been Detective Brian Freed?
Yeah.
Okay. Since you're in cuffs, I gotta read you these, right?
Oh, Miranda rights, yeah.
Yeah, I know you explained a little bit out on scene there, what kind of had happened, okay? So, I just want to I like to do things formal, and that's why we're down here doing this right now. Tell me kind of how this whole thing transpired today.
I went and picked up some mulch. Bob and Rose always yells at me through a window, and hey Mike, and, my dad was leaving this morning. Hey Mike, could I use your coffee pot? So I let her use my coffee pot. I was hanging out today. My dad was out working, and I was kind of doing my own thing. And she said, could you? We were sitting here having a cigarette. Bob was there, and I was like, she said, "Could you open that door for me?" There's a closet door that always sticks, that I usually if there's no lock on it, whatever. I thought she meant that. She didn't know the bedroom door. And I went over, I was like, oh, well, Rose, it's locked from the inside. Or, so I was like, I think you guys always keep that window open. Why don't I just go around there and, yeah, could you? I don't think you'll fit. And I was like, oh, come on, Rose, I lost weight. Shoot, I can get in there. Yeah, and so that's what I did. I helped her get her window open, or her door open. Went around there. And it made it look like I went to jump in. That's probably what the neighbors saw me doing. I tried to jump in first, and I was like, well, I need a chair. Went over and I opened our freaking bedroom door. It was locked. It just was living there. The landlord, he was like, I guess trying to get me to get out of there. Sorry, I'm acting like I'm all nervous and talking. But I was just helping them out, getting their freaking bedroom door open so they could try getting all out of there. They asked me to help them get all out of the basement and out of the bedroom.
Okay, so just so I understand it, they yelled out the window to you
in the morning. That was at like 8:30 this morning. Yeah. Then I was there. I don't know what neighbor called because didn't the neighbor see me doing mulch?
I don't know which neighbor it was.
It doesn't even matter. But dude, I was doing mulch for him. And that wasn't like I was charging him for anything. I went and got him a pack of cigarettes. Can you go get cigarettes, Mike, for us? Of course I did. Yeah. I've been staying there since February of 18 with my dad after I moved out of the TPO with my ex-girlfriend.
This guy is trying to play the role of a good neighbor, but the pressure of reality is causing cracks to appear in that mask.
And now I got getting in trouble for helping.
So you were living in that house where your dad lives too?
Yes, okay. Yes. Isn't that where my address is? That's on my license.
To be honest with you, I didn't pull it out.
Investigators began focusing on Olson's actual residence. At least 2 work-related letters were sent directly to the storage facility under his name, raising suspicions among police. Was Olson secretly living there, despite strict regulations prohibiting it?
When we came in, we arrived and you were in the basement at that time.
Yeah, I was getting stuff out of the basement. And all of a sudden I heard, is there anybody here? And I was like, who's that? And I was like, and then I came out. I wasn't ducking down like the one officer said. I was freaking trying to get some stuff clean for him. And why would they lie to me? Why would they say that I was trying to steal stuff? God, I've lived there for...
I don't know if they actually said you were trying to steal something.
Well, what am I doing here?
Because they said that they didn't know that you were in the house.
Oh my God, did you see how intoxicated she was? They drink all day, every day. They drink a liter of Kamchatka down here every day. They didn't recognize me when I came back because I've been staying with my mom a little bit here and there. Me and my dad butt heads. I'm not living there full on with my dad. But I will go down every once in a while, do some laundry, you know, I need to get away from my mother. My mother's a bear. But Bob didn't even recognize me.
When, today or?
Yesterday. No. Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob didn't recognize me. He thought I was Josh.
You shaved your head.
Yes, exactly.
Police recorded Olson's father's testimony, stating that his son had shaved his head in recent days. This detail immediately caught the attention of investigators, who began to question whether the change in appearance was a deliberate attempt to conceal his identity.
It was like probably 3 or 4 days ago. I was just being goofy and just shaving around. My cousin's coming in from town. He's a Marine. I wanted to do something funny for him, and heck, I've never shaved my head before, really. I mean, a couple times, but not like shaved it.
Right.
It feels kind of good. I kind of like it.
The detectives told Olson straight up that Bob and Rose were being held for questioning to determine exactly why he was in their house. But Olson didn't back down. He continued to repeat his story, insisting that Bob and Rose were aware of his presence. What Olson didn't know or deliberately ignored was that the investigators had completely contradictory testimony. Bob and Rose had called the police, claiming they hadn't given Olson permission to be there. At this moment, Olson's lie began to stifle itself.
They're out there talking to them still, trying to get a statement, so hopefully we...
Bob and Rose are here?
No, they're not here. I have...
Oh, down there?
Yeah, out there.
I cannot freaking believe that they would be.
So, yeah, I mean, they're saying, obviously, you know...
The one thing I hate is more the thief. I'm not a thief. I was helping them out, as I've always done. But I've come around, when I was living there on the regular, I'd come around the corner there and I almost would run Bob over. He'd be face down and I'd freaking grab him for being too drunk. I had to pick him up and take him back inside.
Okay. All right, well, let me get things worked out, take a little break for a second, and I'll talk to them real quick and see what they want to do, and then...
What about?
So, I read your Miranda rights. You understand those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Keeping those rights in mind, we'd like to talk to you about another issue. So today, you told Detective Brady that you were mulching out there at the Coventry?
Yes. Yeah, we went to Atkins, find a small store, get the mulch from.
Who's that at?
Copper Road.
Okay. Did you, well, we met your dad today, and he was saying that,
You met my dad?
yeah.
Yeah, did you talk to your dad on the phone today at all?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
And,
What'd you guys talk?
You ran out of gas?
Yeah, I ran out of gas. I've been running out of gas a lot lately. I've been a little bit broke. Yeah, so.
Okay. Like he asked, what you guys talk about, you and your dad?
Like you said, he called me up earlier to go get a guy to bring over the past load finish gun, and then that was about it.
Did he say, and we wanted to talk to you?
We?
The Echo Place?
No, not at all.
Text you, called you on the phone?
I mean, I got a couple calls, but I mean, I didn't, that was after I went over to drop the tool off. I didn't talk to him. I was busy doing a mulch down there. That's where he lives. It was kind of a Father's Day present for him a little bit, so.
Because you were supposed to meet him, right?
No. I had golf league tonight. That's what I was actually getting ready to go do.
You weren't supposed to meet your dad?
No.
Up at the storage unit?
No. What's it?
That's what he told us.
Oh, no.
That's why he was calling you?
No.
Olson appeared confused, but the investigators didn't believe it. They knew he was hiding something.
Did he meet up with you, after you ran out of gas?
Yeah, he came and actually got me some gas, yeah. But, I mean, he didn't say anything about it.
Did he get you gas?
Well, actually, he just gave me $10, and then, I was right by that. I was on Carroll and Carroll and Market, you know, to get some gas, and, then he left. So.
Your dad did?
Yeah, he left me there.
What time was this?
That'd be, I really don't know, 11, maybe 12, 1, somewhere around there. I don't know.
Sure it wasn't more like, 1 or 2?
1 or 2. Well, like I said, 11, 12, 1. But yeah, I don't know the concept of time, really. I had so much going on lately.
Okay.
What all you had going on lately?
Just working with my mom. My mom and stepdad own a couple yogurt shops, trying to work for dad, trying to make any ends meet, because me and dad haven't been vibing very much lately. We butt heads, you know, we've worked together, lived together for a while.
So your storage unit up there, up on North Hill,
Yeah.
um,
Well, it's not.
It's your dad's.
It's my dad's. Yeah, it ain't mine.
who has access to it?
Me and my dad. Yeah, and then there's
Anyone else?
no, but I mean, I don't know if you know about theft that was up there not that long ago. This guy used to get into all the units, stole all types of silver. I don't know if you know that name. Yeah, but me and my dad are the only ones that had the keys for it. But yeah, so that's.
Okay. When was the last time you were there?
I was up there either this morning or yesterday morning. I can't remember what actually day it was.
Were you getting something out, or?
No, I was getting ready. The lady lives next door in the brick house. She gave me, she had me help her move out this big stereo thing. I was gonna spray paint it and sell it on, what do you call it, Facebook sell or whatever. Yeah, so.
Now, are you aware that, that storage area, they've got all kinds of cameras?
Oh, yeah, because of the theft. Yeah.
Olson was completely unaware that, while he was still lying, the police had been quietly piecing together a series of surveillance camera footage, all leading back to the last location Katie Wolfarth was seen.
Your dad said sometimes you sleep down there?
The only reason I slept in there is because I'm so tired from doing. Like if this represents the floor of the unit, you couldn't even walk in it as of a couple weeks ago. So I was cleaning it out for him, trying to get it functional again. But yeah, I crashed up there one night just because I fell asleep and I was like,
So we actually, like we said, we met your dad up there at the storage unit. And we both were standing next to him when he was trying to call you. And he said that you had gotten a ride from somebody that they were bringing you up to the storage unit.
that's what my dad said.
Yeah.
What kind of vehicle do you drive?
Orange Dodge Dakota.
Any other vehicles?
Nope, just that one.
Have you driven any other car in the last, say, week?
No, my own car, no.
No, the truck was down there in Carroll or East Market.
Yeah, right, and I was gonna get a lift up to the gas station to get some gas, but I never said I was going up to the storage unit.
He said, that's what he said.
That's what he said?
And he actually texted you.
Oh, I haven't seen my phone in a while, I've obviously been dealing with this, so.
Well, this has been like 24 hours now.
Well, yeah, but still, it just feels like it's been an eternity, but it's going through a window to help out a neighbor.
So when was the last time you were up at the storage unit?
Like I said, yesterday morning, can't remember what day it was.
Were you up there Monday?
According to Richard Leslie and the archived security camera footage, Olson was present there for several hours on Monday, a detail that led investigators to begin asking irrefutable questions.
And you guys are certain she came out of his unit?
Well, at one time she was over.
Copy, 1266-1339.
They were back and forth 4 or 5 times. But what I noticed was those 4 chairs and some of the other, she moved them back in, some of it, and then I didn't see her anymore, and then Mike moved the remainder of it back in.
I've been up there sporadically throughout the last week. I don't know exactly which day, but what's today, Wednesday? No, I think I was up there Monday. No,
Okay.
Were you with anybody when you were up there?
no. I mean, I just pretty much rolled up right solo. I mean, Dick, Richard Leslie, the guy that owns the place, comes back here once in a while to hang out.
Do you ever see anybody else that has storage units up there or talk to anybody?
Well, there's a couple old timers to my right. I think his dad's or his son is Black Keys. The group, yeah. And then sometimes I see the people across from us, they're hoarders. They got all types of, oh my gosh, it's to the brink. I thought our shop was bad. And then Jake Leslie and I,
When's the last time you saw them?
I don't know, 3-4 days ago, something like that, 5 days. I literally, my days have been running together so much that I'm freaking going crazy.
The investigators slowly placed Katie Wolfarth's missing person flyer in front of Olson, then asked a seemingly ordinary question, but one that was enough to see whether he would continue to lie or walk right into the trap that had just been set.
Kathleen? Katie? That's the same name, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Who is she?
She has a storage unit up there, I think, with her, I thought it was her husband, Dave, or about that. I've been in before.
Which unit?
I don't know what the letter is. I have no idea.
Next to you, across from you?
Across from me, in the middle building. Yeah.
When was the last time you saw her?
As soon as the photo of Katie Wolfarth was placed in front of him, Olson began fiddling with his water bottle and shifting constantly in his chair. Those small movements did not escape the investigators' notice, and they continued to tighten the pressure, waiting for the moment he would reveal what he was hiding.
So probably just Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I was up there doing some stuff around the shop.
What about Monday?
I don't think I was up there Monday. I really don't. I don't think I was up there Monday.
Well, like I told you, there's video.
Yeah.
We watched video.
Yeah.
And
Yo, you watched the
Yeah,
video?
did you talk to her at all?
No. Yeah, well, she actually tried to knock on my door one night. She said I was sleeping up there. I fell asleep or something. She gave me a fan if I was hot or something. So I have talked to her before, yeah.
I thought somebody told us you were dating her. No?
Dude, no. Look at her. No, I mean, God doesn't make junk, but no, I wasn't dating her. Are you kidding
A
me?
little bit out of your age range.
Yes. And trust me, after my last relationship, I'm not even looking for any type of girl right
You
now.
never had any sexual relations with her?
No, absolutely not. Oh my gosh, why am I even being asked this?
But like their video shows that you were talking to her Monday.
So, well, yeah, okay, I told you my days were all together, like,
And both your storage units were open. You were going in and out.
Yeah.
Both units.
Were
I thought that was-
were you in her unit?
was I in her unit? No, I was right outside the door. I mean, I might have ventured in there to look at a couple stuff, but she was right there, so yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been in her unit?
Not before that, no.
Okay, but Monday, you did not go in the unit?
Oh.
Or just,
Tony, I mean, I really don't know. I was standing there, I was talking to her, she cleaned out my, what do you call it, shop vac. And I just am bad on the timeline of the days, I really don't know, so. But I never was actually like, I mean, maybe right to the door, but all the way in the back, no, I've never been there. You can't even, there's a freaking wall of stuff you can't get through there.
has she ever been in your unit?
She brought me, she dusted off the shop vac and, I wanted her to see, because everyone that drove by saw how disgusting it was. I was like, hey, look.
So, would her DNA be in your storage unit?
No, not at all.
Her sister got a phone call, or actually a message left on her machine, saying Katie was telling her she has this handyman named Jim Olson.
Oh, yeah, her sister in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I was gonna do a little road to work trip for her, but,
Okay, remember having that conversation?
yeah.
Monday?
Oh, I don't know if it was, I mean, like I said, it could have been Monday, just Wednesday. Sometimes I'll go like, I'll say, hey, yeah, but in about 7 minutes or so, and that was like, it was like 7 minutes ago, it was like a week ago, or that's, my timeline gets up every once in a while.
So you saw her Monday, or sometime in the last couple of days?
Yeah, last couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, because she's been missing for a couple of days, so we've been trying to find her. Do you have any idea where she might be? Did she talk about where she was going?
No idea, she did not say where she was going.
Again, there's video, and this was Monday, it shows you moving her van.
No,
Yeah.
no, I wasn't doing it.
Yeah. I mean, video doesn't lie. Can you explain that?
No, I can't.
Do you know why we found any blood in her unit?
Pardon me?
Why we found blood in her unit?
You found blood in her unit?
Yeah, do you have any cuts from when you were?
I've got cuts all the time from working construction, man, all the time.
Again, is that blood gonna be yours?
Oh, yeah, this is, I'm a picker, so sometimes I'll get in there and scratch my nose.
But again, the blood that we found in her unit.
Oh, is it gonna be my blood? No, that'd be my blood. I didn't cut myself over there, so no.
We can kind of piece together what happened. So, I mean, sometimes people f up and, they do something, they get themselves in a predicament, they get worried. I mean, something happened on accident, they get scared, they try to cover it up, they don't want to, try to explain it. Well, now's the time to explain what happened that day.
Sunday.
Well, they were
Monday,
there.
Tuesday, Sunday, there's nothing to explain.
No.
No.
There's nothing to explain.
Well, we found blood in your storage, a lot of blood. And hair. Do you want to explain that?
I mean, I cut myself on some glass and.
What about hair?
Was like, how long have you been keeping your hair like that?
Literally like 2-3 days. Literally like 2-3 days.
Well, you said, I think you said it was about 3 or 4 days ago.
Well, 3-4 days, 2-3 days. Like I said, I don't know how my timeline is, man. It sucks.
We found lots of blood in your storage. We found sticks, instruments with a lot of blood.
Wait.
Olson denies his involvement in Wolfarth's killing for some time.
For a long time, Olson stubbornly refused to deny any involvement in Katie Wolfarth's death, even attempting to blame a man named Tim, claiming he was responsible for the blood found in the storage facility. But those denials quickly became meaningless. The detectives had too much irrefutable evidence, including Katie's key found in the area under Olson's control.
Her keys were found in your dad's basement today. No.
That's not the narrative you want to try to do. That's not gonna work for you, buddy.
Something bad happened to Katie. You know it. You know what happened.
Yeah. So stupid.
I mean, you can't feel good holding this in.
No, not really. I just.
Tell us what happened.
I snapped, man. I snapped. I just. Somebody came over me. I don't know.
What makes you?
My ex-girlfriend, dude, it was a downfall. It's not like it's not, she doesn't want to hold a gun to me there. My ex-girlfriend, but she made me a different person because of her toxic, narcissistic ways. I don't know, just a snap. Katie said something about my ex-girlfriend.
Tell us what happened.
I mean, I think you know what happened. I think you just getting me wanting to say it.
That's why I told you this is your narrative. This is your chance to say for your story.
Yeah, well, I just.
Are you just a cold-blooded,
No, I snapped.
homicidal maniac?
Not at all.
Or was it heat of the moment?
Heat of the moment type of thing. I snapped. Just went over there, hit her on the head. That was it.
What'd you hit on the head?
Yeah, something.
Like a metal pipe, walking stick.
Under pressure from evidence, Olson broke down and confessed. He stated that during a conversation in the warehouse, agitated and snapped, Olson repeatedly struck Katie on the head with a metal object, causing her death. He then hid the body in the warehouse, took the victim's car, and fled.
Something in there.
What?
Yeah, it was actually a piece of, I don't even see that, a piece of the fireplace stick.
Where'd you hit her at? Back of her head? Anywhere else?
She see it? Facing her? No.
I don't know how many times you hit her.
Just maybe once or twice, 3 times maybe, and then I just
While Olson was in custody, Katie Wolfarth's family and friends clung to a faint hope that the body found in Olson's storage might not be hers.
We're having the medical examiner coming out, okay? We're not touching anything until the medical examiner comes out. Well, to be honest with you, I'm telling you what I know right now, okay?
There's a body in there.
And it's covered with some items, so we can't really examine that until the medical examiner who gets here and does a workup on the scene gets here, okay? So that's what we're waiting on, okay? So just be a little patient. When we know, we'll let you guys know, okay? I promise you. I mean, we don't mean to have you sitting here waiting, but unfortunately we have to
Follow protocol.
We have to follow protocol. We have to get as much evidence as we can at this point, okay? I will tell you that the guy who's storage unit that is, we have him in Summit County has him in custody right now.
Was he have him in custody?
Yes, on a different charge altogether. So
How long
he's
has he been in custody?
just about the last hour.
The investigators increased the pressure, gradually cornering Olson into revealing details he had been trying to conceal.
I don't know, I just saw her grab it and I just Snapped,
Did
dude.
you do it in her unit or? When did,
And then I just tried to get rid of the evidence, but it was a stupid idea to do it, because I knew about those cameras.
where's the van?
No idea. I parked it in the hood somewhere.
On June 20, police discovered Katie Wolfarth's missing Kia Sedona parked in front of a house on Whittier Street in Akron. Remarkably, there was no connection between this location and Olson or Katie herself, making the discovery even more puzzling.
It was dumb. I shouldn't have never done it. Obviously, I've been in jail for the rest of my life, but it's snapped, man. I've been so emotionally and verbally abused. You have no idea. I got a mother that, staying with at 35 years old. You have no idea.
Can you explain why her clothes got ripped?
Shoot, I mean, it was just.
You didn't sexually assault
No, I did not sexually assault her. Not at all, dude.
Just-
You haven't found the body yet? Yeah, it's right there in the storage unit. I wasn't gonna cut her up or anything. I was just gonna try to get rid of it somehow.
Did you try to go back?
Did I try to go back?
Did you try to go back and get her and move her?
When?
The last couple of days.
Oh, no. I mean, you saw the footage and you moved her, so.
What about her cell phone?
It was, I think, in the car or.
You traded for something?
No, I did not trade it. I don't pawn stuff like that. I earn my money. Not her cell phone was an Android anyway. And plus, I've never been to a pawn shop really in my life, maybe one time without West Virginia. And that was when I was like 22, 23, so that was the reason.
I came on the story and you could look at the judge and ask for some. You could ask the family for some forgiveness and the judge to give you a little bit of mercy and.
Yeah, I'll spend the rest of my life in prison. I don't want to die because I can't do good works. I've been a good person my whole life. I snapped.
Is there anything else you did? No, it's also what's going through your mind.
I didn't sexually assault her. I did not do anything like that. I just snapped. And, it smelled. That smell of death.
You ever done anything like this before?
Well, in my entire life, never thought I would. I'm a Christian. Not that it matters, but I was a Chapel Hill Christian School, CBCA. I love my fellow man, neighbors. I try to do everything for everybody else except for myself.
You said you only use weed. Is there anything else you ever used?
I mean, I've used cocaine before.
Heroin.
I've never done heroin. Never done heroin. I've tried meth. I've never done heroin. I've never done acid. I've never done shrooms. I've tried ecstasy once.
So you did anything lately that
I mean,
might have made you snap?
nope. No. I mean, I would bump every once in a while, but it doesn't.
What do you need, some?
Of meth, like speed,
Okay.
But it doesn't make me an angry person. I'm weird. I'm like an opposite drug user. Like weed, you're supposed to be a downer. Gives me energy. I used to do coke back in 06. I got a charge. I do coke. I become a zombie. So and even this weird meth kind of made me a little bit calm. It doesn't affect me like it does like rage meth heads, like you think.
At the trial, the truth was finally laid bare. Faced with irrefutable evidence, Michael Olson admitted to murdering Katie Wolfarth. The courtroom fell silent as the details of her death were presented no longer speculation, no longer doubt, but proven truth. Katie's family and friends took turns speaking. They spoke of a kind woman, an animal lover, always willing to help others. Many words were directed straight at Olson, not to ask for an explanation, but to express the irreparable loss his actions had caused.
Did you know that Katie and Patty just lost a sister and we're still grieving over my Aunt Sue, who passed away in February of 2017? We're still grieving the loss of her father, their brother, who passed in April of 2011. You don't care because it's not your family. You turned our family's world upside down. It will never be the same because of you. I hope you feel our pain every waking minute and every day. For me, June 19th, 2019 will be the day I never forget. My sister called and said, "What are you doing? You need to sit down right." And right there, I knew it meant someone had passed away.
functioning people, friends, family, etc., much, much closer together. I hope that her memory remains vibrantly alive in your minds and, more importantly, in your heart. Thank you.
Your Honor, my Aunt Katie was a beautiful person inside and out. If anyone needed anything, she gave of herself willingly. Every day, she displayed compassion and empathy to those that needed it. She was young at heart, fun, and loved adventure. Aunt Katie was my zipline partner through the forest of Jamaica. Once we were completely lost while wandering the streets of New Orleans late at night. We ended up getting a ride from a security guard when he realized how navigationally incompetent we were. Being lost didn't frighten her. This was an escapade to her, one that we would tell everyone about when we returned. A few years ago, I introduced her to cruising, and she loved it. Every year, she looked forward to going with her sister, myself, and friends, visiting new places and meeting new people. She created a bucket list of places to go that she will never get to complete. From now on, our cruises and vacations will be filled with a huge void and an element of sadness. Moving forward will be difficult. Our family get-together at the holidays will be smaller and not filled with as much excitement. Aunt Katie will not be there with boxes and bags overflowing with food, fruit, pop, and goodies. Aunt Katie never did anything in moderation. She always went all in. We will not get to hear the adventures and antics of her cats anymore. There will be no more stories of her life in Akron, her friend Dave, and her friends in the antique world. Aunt Katie will only be a cherished memory. I worked really hard at trying to be a good person. With Aunt Katie, it was effortless. Ask anybody that knew her about her generosity. The candy she gave out, the milkshake she would provide, the time and money she gave the causes she felt were important. She never asked for anything in return, only wanted to give of herself. This world has lost a champion of causes. This world has lost a good woman. Aunt Katie's death has affected me in a way I do not understand. I haven't cried and I feel nothing. And I have so many questions that will never be answered. I need answers and I need to understand why. I have read every article. I met with the prosecutor's office and talked to the advocates. No matter how many facts and how much information I have given regarding my aunt's murder, I do not understand why. Was she afraid? Did she beg for her life? Did she suffer long? And mostly why? There is nothing anyone can do to bring my Aunt Katie back. She will never laugh or love again. Aunt Katie was one of my favorite people. One of the very few people that I can count on for support and unconditional love. She didn't have children, but she always said that I was her surrogate daughter. I hope I make her proud. I will miss her. I will miss the security of knowing that there is one less person in my life that I can always count on. Finally, I am grateful to everyone that has made this day happen. But it is a little condolence that the arrest and sentencing of the man that took my aunt's life will spend the rest of his life behind bars. He and his family have been given a gift. He gets to live and he gets to see his family. I will never see Aunt Katie again. Please make sure that this man, Michael Olson, can never see the world from outside of a tiny cage. If he can take the life of someone like my Aunt Katie, who treated everyone with respect, empathy, and compassion, including him, he will surely repeat the same acts of violence if given the opportunity of freedom.
Finally, Judge, I'm asking to hear from Pat Wolfhard, who is Katie's sister.
And I ask for everybody's patience because I'm between cataract surgeries and I wish I had printed this in a larger font. My sister Katie has always been and continues to be an important and much loved person in my life. She was 3 years older than me. One of my earliest memories was when Katie went to first grade. Every day I would wait with great anticipation for her to come home from school so she could tell me what she had learned. It seemed as though she could answer any question I had, and I began to imagine that Katie knew everything that was worth knowing. One day I asked her why the sky was blue. How should I know? Katie asked with some exasperation. I remember feeling disappointed she didn't know the answer. I think I remember this interaction so well because I had become so accustomed to depending on her for anything I wanted or needed. Growing up with Katie was a great deal of fun. We always had a menagerie of pets. In addition to the usual cats and dogs, we had at various times a basement full of hamsters, turtles, frogs, seahorses, a snake named Satin, and a duck. Not to mention the alligator our brother Harry brought home from a fair. Katie taught me how to take care of our pets and to value them as fellow creatures sharing the planet. It became a family joke that Wolfworths can't help but to psychoanalyze our pets. Even though we had different personalities and our own sets of friends, we always enjoyed spending time together. And when Katie went to Teal College, it just seemed natural for me to also go there. She was extremely creative and artistic. I enjoyed visiting Katie in the ceramics department to see what project she was working on. And when she graduated, I transferred to another school. Katie and our niece Maria helped me to pick up the pieces after our oldest sister Susie died in 2017. Susie and I had owned a duplex and lived there for over 20 years. Susie was a downstairs sister and I was the upstairs sister. Maria persuaded Katie and me to start going on cruises with her and a couple of her friends. It was wonderful to get a chance to spend more time with Katie, and it almost seemed like we were teenagers together again. Katie loved going on zip lining excursions and was looking forward to going on another one this fall. She really enjoyed herself so much. I think a lot of older people tend to become a little fossilized. Katie never did that. She loved going and playing Pokemon, and she became a complete devout fan of LeBron James and knew everything about basketball, even though she had never been a sports fan, till later in her life. I have a difficult time accepting Katie as dead. I do what I can to continue living my life as fully as I can because I know that is what she would want me to do. But several times during any given day, I find myself weeping and feeling sad. The first time I picked up the urn holding Katie's ashes, I realized that that was the closest I would ever come to giving her a hug again. Not surprisingly, that was a trigger for the tears, but it's an unpredictable thing. When I have these little crying bouts, there's a large oak tree in my neighbor's garden, and one morning as I looked out my kitchen window, I saw that the wind was rustling all the leaves on the tree and that the sunlight was shimmering and bouncing off each leaf. And I started to cry again because I knew Kate would never enjoy such a beautiful moment again. Never had that opportunity. Katie was one of the most capable people I've ever met. She was a problem solver. You could always tell when she had something she was working on, she would get pieces of paper out and start writing little things and get her, yardstick out and try to be figuring things out. She was extremely adept at using a variety of tools. I remember Maria looking out the window at Katie using a chainsaw, and she said, "She is such a badass." And it was said with great admiration. Because of her competence and generous spirit, Katie was always doing things for other people, including myself. She was never a victim except for the last few hours of her life. I cannot bear to think of the pain and fear she must have experienced that night. When people die, they should be surrounded by the people who love them. And this seems especially true for somebody like Katie, who was such a wonderful friend to everyone who knew her. It breaks my heart that the last face she saw was that of Michael Olson, the vicious person who raped and murdered her. He must never be released from prison. Anyone who could kill Katie could and will kill again. My hope is that he will not live long, even in prison, because the world will be a better place without him in it. Thank you.
Olson bowed his head before the court. He apologized, admitted responsibility, but none of his words were enough to bring Katie back. Finally, the judge pronounced the sentence: life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. No chance of return, no way back. The case closed, but the pain remains. Katie Wolfarth passed away not because of any mistake, but because of misplaced kindness. And her story serves as a chilling reminder. Sometimes, it is the best qualities in people that make them most vulnerable.